Oh, well. Hello, YouTube. Arizona RE. Out riding on my 2007 Triumph Scrambler 900. And guess what? After all the carb issues and all that bullshit, she's pulling like a train. Oh my God. This is my first ride out on it since I rejetted. I think on the last video I'll make reference to that, one of those little cards, dialing in the Scrambler. I think I got her dialed in, fellas. So to recap for all of you, look, I'm in third gear. I mean, it's just up this little hill right here like nothing. If these cars weren't in front of me, I could have done it at 80. Anyway, for those of you, just to recap, got a hold of this bike after it sat for about 3 years without being run. No gas saver in it, but even after 3 years, your gas savers don't do you much good. So it was basically like raw sewage in there. Everything was green or varnished, and it was pretty ugly. Obviously the bike wouldn't start, so after an oil change, new plugs, removed the secondary air intake system, bumped up the jets just one size on the main, just to get that going, because you always establish your main jet circuit first before you start tweaking the pilot circuit, because your main circuit does contribute, however slightly, throughout the entire range. But even though primarily you're operating off the pilot circuit when you're coming up out of the hole. But I digress with your slight throttle openings. So if you remember my video that I posted up before, taking it out and dialing it in, she was running. I had a cold start system that was starting to work for me, and that's what I was looking at, and you know, I was pleased because I took the bike from a not running bike, rebuilt the carbs with a Haynes manual and a couple of YouTube videos, and I took on this chore. I'd never rebuilt the Hinckley CVK carburetors before. You know, I've rebuilt carburetors. I got a working knowledge of how carbs are supposed to work. Well, anyway, so the main circuit was more or less dialed in, but man, she was a dog out of the hole. I also, someone had put a 19.2 sprocket on here. The stock sprocket is 18, and I put a 17, so I went one below stock, which is going to give me a little more. But anyway, guys, I had the carburetors apart again today. I found one of the floats was sticking a little bit, so I took it out. I dropped it in some solvent. I took the valve out, dropped it in some solvent, made sure that it was working, put it back in. I don't really think that was a huge issue because it was still letting gas in. It didn't move as fluidly as I would like it to. But then I went ahead and bumped up the main jet to a 120, and then I bumped up the pilot jet to a 42, which is what came stock on the Thruxton of the same year. And I put it all back together, cleaned everything up again, and I crossed my fingers as I was getting ready to start the bike, because I was like, you know, I just want this thing to work. So I start the bike. Holy crap. I remember I said I don't think it would get as fast as my wife's fuel injected Bonnie bone stock. Yeah, I'd say it's faster now. Seat of my pants, definitely. I'm not hooking it up to a dyno, but seat of the pants dyno says that it's faster. It's faster to 60 than the Bonneville. Absolutely, no two ways about it now. So anyway, I hit the start button. bang, comes right to life. The idle is up around 3,000 RPM, 3,500 RPM, just right away, just bang. So I shut the choke off. It drops down to maybe 2,500 RPM. So then I started dialing back the the idle set screw, which is just a little adjustment on the side. A throttle set screw is what I should say, and the idle adjustment, and backed her down to about 1,100. I haven't touched anything else, and oh my god, I took it out, and the first wide open out of first gear that I did, it surprised me. I almost let go of the bar, and that was obviously once the millisecond of panic had vanquished. I've been plastered with permagrin ever since. I have no doubt this is every bit of what a Scrambler was meant to feel like from Triumph. So the good news is she's awake. You know, I was going to call this thing Kermit because of the green on the side of the tank. But this doesn't act like a Kermit. Not anymore. This acts like a Green Goblin. Oh, it's so obnoxious with that exhaust. I love it. And no popping on decel and all that crazy business, man. Oh, the secondary air intake gone. Everything I did just bang on improved this bike. I'm really stoked right now. What is it the British guys say? I'm chuffed. I think that's it. I'm chuffed. I'm not exactly sure what that means. It could mean that I have a heart. I don't even know, but chuffed sounds like a good word. I am well chuffed. Dude, that was 4th gear, and it wants to pick up like that. I mean, the whole front end just picks up, and the weight transfers. I wish these cars were in front of me, but it's probably a good thing that they are. Oh, wow. Wow, just wow. Spectacular. 10-year-old bike running like new. Yep, give that bike away because you can't fix carbs. Give it away. Oh. Yeah. Holy crap. Oh man, stellar. So stellar. Oh. And you know, with the 16-tooth sprocket, or the 17-tooth sprocket, it's not that bad. At 60 miles an hour, you're about 3,300 RPM. That's not bad. Wow. Yeah, gents, it was not doing that before. Unbelievable. Wow. Holy shit. Yeah. Holy crap. Oh my god, it scared me.